It's summer here in 2026, and I just want to make a quick little video to note a few things that might be interesting. So over the past winter, I did a video where I basically shut the pump off, which is how the waterfall works, and then also tested the aerator, which is down in the ground underneath the bog area, to see if it would keep the water from going stagnant. And you can watch that video if you want, but I'll simplify the answer for you, and the answer is that it did work. However, when I shut the pump off, the plants died, mainly the watercress up there. Kind of a lot of it started rotting because all their roots became exposed to air and they dried out. And a lot of those will survive over winter. If they're buried under snow, it doesn't really matter how cold it gets, they will survive. But in this case, since the water dropped down and they sat exposed, they died. And then of course the organic matter from their decay goes back into the pond, and then it causes, which it did cause, an algae bloom in the spring. However, after I turned it back on and the watercress started growing back and everything, the algae started slowly disappearing. And then what I also noticed is that over here, you can see down in the bottom there, that is all anacaris. And I got that several years ago from a local lake. And so these are native. I'm not actually sure if they actually are originally native to the area, or if they're like an invasive species that was brought in from somewhere else a long time ago. But these did come from a local place, a natural place, I should say. Now, originally when I had brought these here, I think it's been 3 years. I had put it over on the edge over here, right where the edge of these rocks are. And for the first 2 years, it didn't really grow, like hardly at all. It was just like these two little things, like one of these little strands, just kind of just sitting there forever. And then I noticed last summer, they started climbing down. Now what you're seeing here, that's 3 feet deep in the middle. This is all filled in that hole where it's 3 feet. So these are only about maybe 6 to 8 inches from the surface of the water now, but it is still that deep. So they started climbing down into that hole, and then I noticed last summer they started growing, and it was spreading just a little bit on the edge, like say this area right here was full of that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting how they just decided to start growing and taking hold all of a sudden. And then also, well, I should probably finish the story here. This summer, all this finished growing in. So it started over like about this much, and then it all finished growing in there. What I'm noticing though, is they're not growing up around the edge of that, in any part of the shallow areas. And then I noticed this over here. Now these aren't lily pads, although they're kind of in that family. I don't remember the actual name for these. These came from a different state, but they do exist here where I live. I just happened to find them where I was, and I decided to take them home, because I don't really go out much to local areas to scavenge for things like this. But when I saw it there, I'm like, oh, I want to put that in my pond. So this here, I didn't put it here though. That's the thing. It's all growing up here, and it's still growing. There's still new leaves coming up and growing upwards. That only showed up here this summer. One leaf started growing up from down there and started shooting up, and now there's all these leaves, and this has only been maybe a month that all these leaves started showing up. Over here, these have been here, and this one spot here since I put them here about 3 years ago, and they're very, very slowly spreading. There's only like 2, maybe 3 spots where they're coming up in the gravel, but they started here. And this is what I'm getting at, is I was trying to figure out why they're growing really slowly here, but why all of a sudden did they start growing over here, and in a matter of a few months, not even a few, maybe 2 months at the most, why are these all of a sudden growing and filling in almost as much as these are, where these took 3 years to fill that much? And really, even last year, it was only half of that. So they sat there for what, maybe 2 years, and that was, this little section here was all that accumulated to where that's the same amount basically, and that was just this summer in the past 2 months. And it was the same thing with the anacaris there that was growing down into the deeper part, and then it's just started spreading like crazy. But before that, when I was up here, it didn't. And that's because I'm fairly certain of this. Don't pay attention to what's in my hand here. It has nothing to do with this. I'm doing something else. It's because the water's colder down there. And so if I was to take my hand, and especially during the summer when the sun's shining down, that section down there where it goes to 3 feet, if I put my hand down in there, my arm I should say, you can feel the thermocline and the water temperature change once you go down into that deeper part. There's a distinct line where the water is colder. When I mean colder, I mean by like at least 10 degrees difference, where you can feel the difference in between warm and cold. I have measured it before, but it's not really, there's no need to be that specific here. But that's what I'm getting at, is like these, as soon as they went down into the colder temperatures, they started spreading like crazy. It became like steroids for the plants. Same thing with these here with the little lily pads. I'll put it up on the video when I figure out what those actually are called. I forgot. I used to know. But that's the reason why those are growing there too, is because those rooted in a deeper part of the water there. And over here, like this whole area here, it's pretty warm, and I'd say this is probably 80 plus degrees at least in the summer here, this section here, because this is not that deep. This is maybe 1 foot, 12 inches or so, and that's about it. But as it goes over here and then it goes down further, that goes from about 18 inches to the bottom of like these rocks here, and then it goes down another 18, which you can no longer see because it's all filled in. But the fish love it. These fish are just constantly swimming around in here, and of course when fish lay their eggs, they need plants to like attach them to or hide them in, and then the baby fish need places to hide in. And this, you can see them all. There's fish there, and they're all down inside there. But there's all kinds of baby fish swimming around here. There's at least a dozen baby fish that showed up here in the past few weeks, and they're all kind of swimming around. They're really tiny. I can't really zoom in because you're not really going to be able to see them very well. But they're all there. They're all swimming around over here. And that gives them places to kind of hunker down in. Although there really isn't any predator fish in here, and these goldfish are pretty mild. They really don't eat their own babies. I've never seen them do that. They pretty much just eat algae and maybe parts of the plants, and that's about it. But I just wanted to make that little note here. And also, if you notice, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see these bubbles coming up here and there. It's going to be hard to see on video, but every now and then you can see them. And those bubbles are from the plants creating oxygen. And these things they're constantly bubbling all day long, almost as much as an aerator does. And speaking of that, I just noticed my aerators are not even working. I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, these aerate the water very well. And they also, because of the way that they grow and how much they absorb out of the water column, is also contributes to why I have basically no explosive algae growth in here. You can obviously see there's algae growing in the rocks, and that's entirely normal. But it never gets any more than this. There's not like hair algae growing all over the place. This is very balanced at this point. And it does take a few years for a new pond to get to that point, but you can see that there's no algae in here, except for maybe a little bit up in the waterfall there. So these plants here alone are taking care of what they need to take care of. So if these weren't here, and there would be constant algae growth, and whatever little plants would be in there, the algae would grow all over top of it, and then they can't grow, and then the algae wins. In this case, all this growing in here now is suppressing any algae that tries to take hold, because this sucks up so much stuff out of the water column, so many organics and nutrients, and also aerates the water at the same time. But I actually did not realize, which was the whole point of this video, I didn't realize that they actually needed colder temperatures to grow in. They don't seem to like the warmer temperatures, and that's why they're not growing up beyond a certain depth here. They're staying down in that hole, and that's it. They started up higher and then climb down into the water deeper. So those are going to stay there just like that. And I have a feeling that these lily pads, or whatever they're called, are going to grow in abundance, because I can still see more growing there. And these are probably going to fill in a lot over here as well. There's actually some overgrowing in that margin over there, which is really weird that they're growing in such a shallow spot. But they are growing over there, and I think the reason is because they're very well shaded out by that iris, the purple iris there. So most of the day they're in the shade, so that spot doesn't get too hot. However, that margin over there, because it is shallow, it is going to be much warmer than what's down there deeper. But I just thought maybe I'd make this video here to kind of show something interesting. So if anyone decides to do a pond like this, you don't want shallow water in your pond if you live in a warmer climate. I live in the Midwest, so the climate's not really technically a warm climate. Our winters are fairly cold and our summers can be fairly warm. But with shallow water in any case, when the sun's beating down, even if it's not super hot outside, the water gets really warm really quickly. So if you ever put in a pond, consider making it deeper. I'd say the bare minimum would be 2 feet deep. I wouldn't not make a pond any more shallow than that.